Welcome to another episode of Crazy Things You Can Do With Your Smartphone. In this episode, I'd go as far to say we've got some of the best that we've ever seen on the entire series. Let's dive right into it. So the first thing, your smartphone is probably the best webcam you own, and most people didn't even know. So if you go onto the Play Store or the Apple App Store, download the IP webcam application. Once you've given it the necessary permissions, installed it and booted it up, it'll essentially give you a URL. You type that URL into your laptop or PC or Mac, and essentially straight away you'll be seeing a live feed from your smartphone. It's crazy. Not only is it probably the highest quality webcam you own, but also it's completely mobile. Most webcams are obviously tied to a laptop or tied to a PC, and therefore they're completely stationary, whereas this you can move around, take any angle shot, it works perfectly. Also, if you're not a huge fan of music, there is another very good use for the 3.5mm headphone jack on your phone. So I'm actually using a smart switch here by the company Olixar, and after you plug that into your smartphone, it gives you another clickable button. And you can map this button onto pretty much anything. You could make it open an application, pull down your status bar, you could make it, turn off your Wi-Fi, a whole bunch of other things. Once you have plugged it in like so, you download the application called Click, and that'll let you map either a single press, double press, or triple press on this to various different actions. So sort of related to the 3.5mm headphone jack, a lot of people tend to have issues with it. A lot of people find that when they plug their headphones in, nothing plays. And the same goes for the charging port on their phones. When they plug the charger in, phones don't charge. And I'd say about 50% of the time, that problem tends to be caused by dust buildup. So the best way to remove this, just get some compressed air like this. And essentially you'll find that most of these come with a tiny little straw like this, and that focuses the air, makes it very, very powerful, and within 2 seconds of spraying that in one of these slots, you can completely clear it out. If you aren't lucky enough to currently own a waterproof smartphone, there is a little workaround. Simply get a resealable sandwich bag, open it up, drop your phone in, seal it back up, and to be honest, you'll be able to use more or less all of the functionality of your phone through the bag. You'll be able to touch the display, providing it has a fairly recent multi-touch capacitive screen, and you'll even be able to use the camera. It might have a slight fog to it because it's got to see through this extra plastic layer, but for the uninitiated, no one's even going to notice. Another thing that I thought was worth mentioning were a couple of really cool smartphone gadgets that I found in the last month or so. And probably my favourite of all time is the smartphone fan, which is completely self-explanatory. You plug it into the base of your smartphone, whether it's an Android phone, iOS phone, USB Type-C or micro USB, and it'll just start blowing. Now, this is completely uncontrollable. It'll blow at the same speed, it'll make a little bit of noise, and it's kind of obtrusive while you're using the phone, but at the same time it's probably the best portable fan you can carry around. We've also got a phone-to-phone charging cable. Simply plug one end in one phone, plug the other end in the other phone, and charge will flow from the phone which has more power to the phone which has less. The only thing that does require is a phone supporting USB OTG capability, so do give that a check before you buy one. Now, if your room is anything like my room and your charging sockets are 4 feet above the ground, there's a better way of charging your phone than just sticking it on the floor and plugging it in. What you can do is get 2 clothes pegs and glue them to the wall using not only a lot of glue, but also some parental permission. Then every time you want to charge your smartphone, just slot it in between the 2 pegs. That'll keep it off the floor so no one's going to step on your phone, and also it prevents the phone having a static shock. So unfortunately, that brings us to the end of this video. As always, I really hope you enjoyed it, and we've got tons more stuff like this on the channel, so if you did, be sure to stick around. With that being said, I'm Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'm signing out.